Hi. Pauline. What's this called? Pauline.
Taking photos.
Video.
Ahí está.
Hi Margaret. How are you?
I don't usually let us across the bridges into the Bronx, but I had special permission for today, although it took me a long time. I brought lots of animals. They're different. Maybe they're a little different than what you've seen before, but I can assure you they're all pets and none of them are dangerous. Even though some people may have the perception that the animal is dangerous, it's not. If it were dangerous, I wouldn't bring it, and if it were dangerous, I would handle it. So the mere fact that I'm holding it means that it's not dangerous. Right? We're going to start off with an animal that you may have seen, you're probably familiar with, and his name is Cody, and he's just a baby. So let me get him out.
Those colors.
Come on, Cody.
Oh.
Hi, Cody. He talks. Cody is a macaw, and he talks when he feels like it. I'll bring him out and walk around. You guys can see him in just a moment. But I like him to. Until I get out. Then he'll get right? Yes, 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 I know. So Cody is a parrot, and we know he's a parrot because you can tell because of the beak. The beak is curved. Any bird you see with a beak like that that's curved from his head all the way down to the point continuously is a parrot. Doesn't matter the size. So your little parakeet, for instance, is a parrot. Even though it's small, it's still a parrot. But a hawk, you're killing me. You're killing me. Goodness. But a hawk or an eagle, even though they have a curved beak, it comes out straight first and then curves down. So this bird is a parrot. He's a macaw. And the kind of macaw he is a blue and gold macaw. It's named after his colors. These guys live in South America and they fly in flocks of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And in South America, they're pests. The farmers don't want to see them because they ruin the crops. But over here, they're pets. But in order to be a pet in the United States, the bird has to be born in the United States to be sold in the state of New York. So Cody was born right here in the United States. And he's about 2.5 years old now. And his wings are clipped, which means he can't fly away. He could fly, but he would fly downwards. Right? And as a result, he becomes imprinted upon us, upon human beings. And because of that, he thinks he's a person. He doesn't even know he's a bird. He thinks he's a person. Something to keep in mind. An animal like this has the intelligence of about a 2-year-old child. He's as smart as a 2-year-old. So he can learn tricks, they can talk, and it used to be thought that they just mimicked. But no, latest studies have said they're actually speaking. He says hello when I come in the room. He says goodbye when I leave the room. He knows the difference. What you got to remember, if you get an animal like this as a pet, you're dealing with an animal that's going to live to be 80 to 100 years old, and is always going to be as smart as a 2-year-old. So it's like living with a 2-year-old for 80 years. You got to remember that. You want to go back and sit up, please? Sit up. loves oranges. I'm just going to give him a piece of orange. Now, that means probably going to throw it in your lap. Now to leave Australia and be bred. So this is captive bred. This is not a wild caught animal. Animals like this have nothing to do with the environment. These animals were not removed from their environment, and in most cases, they couldn't be put back into their environment. All right, now I'll bring an animal after this one, and I'll explain that to you. But this one is also from Australia. It's Eagle.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure she would.
So you'd have to go to the Bronx Zoo to see them now. They don't exist anymore. I have an animal you guys probably are familiar with, but you may not be familiar with them as an animal. This was an animal that became very popular in the 30s. And the reason they became popular is because their fur was so soft that the coats became very, very desirable.
The chinchilla? Is it? Yeah, it could be. Chinchilla? It is a chinchilla, see?
This is a chinchilla.
Oh, the chinchilla.
It's a lady chasing me.
Chinchilla.
The fur became so popular that the fur industry caught and trapped all of them.
Aww.
They come originally from Chile, South America. They live in the Andes, far, far above the tree line, where it's cold all the time. And because of that, they've grown a very plush, very warm coat. It takes about 300 of these animals to make one chinchilla coat. The chinchilla coat costs anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000, and it lasts maybe 15 years because the fur just ultimately comes apart. So, when they were all gone, the fur industry said, uh-oh, we're in trouble. We can't make any more chinchilla coats. We can't find any more chinchillas. So they sent people up into the Andes and they found 6 pair. The last 6 pair ever to be found in the wild. They brought those 6 pair back to Northern California and they established chinchilla breeding ranges. All the animals that you get now, all of these chinchillas are farm raised. And they're still being farm raised for their fur. But a certain percentage of them is sold off to the pet industry because they make excellent pets. They're smart, they live to be about 20 years old, they're grazers like rabbits, they eat grasses and seeds and things like that. And they're a very, very loving animal. What I want to do is in the wild, it's not necessarily hold it, but I do want you to pet it. Alright, I want you to see how soft it is.
Feel how soft. Oh.
Yes. Come on over here. What's the pet? Seen it before, and I'll ask them what they think it is. Some will say it's a rabbit, some will say it's a mouse, some will say it's a squirrel. One of the reasons is the same area of our heads. We have 1 hair growing, they have 300. So that's how plush and close it is. It just is. It's designed that way.
Hi. You're cute with your big ears.
It's just like the fur is
Kind of like a rabbit.
tail. Much coarser in the tail. But when they make a coat.